Alright, it's Exiles again, and I think I am doing this series in reverse order. That's certainly an interesting way to read all your comics. This is issue 61, and it has got a great cover. I really like this one, and it actually connects with the issue before it. Issue 60, that one's cover. You put them together and it's like a full team image. And I'm usually really critical of like connecting covers or gatefold covers, because usually they either only look good as that one big connected image and then not as individual covers, or it'll be the opposite. They work best as 2 or 3 or whatever separate images, and then you put them all together and they look clunky. Rarely do they look good as both types of image. This one though, this is a rare example where it actually works. It's good as a standalone image, a standalone cover, really good. And then when it's connected with the other one, it looks just as good as a bigger image. Like, there's not really any dead space or awkward composition or weird character placement. I probably should have gotten that other cover out to show you. It has got the other half of the team on it. It's got Blinky, it's got Saberclaw, Beak and Bigfoot. In fact, if you look closely, you can see some of Bigfoot's hair up there at the top. This one though, this cover, I like this one because it's the one that has got a lot of my favourites on it. Like Mimic and Morph and even Holidays here. Not a big fan of Sea Woman, but the other 3 I like, and this issue, Holidays, it's kind of all about him. There, this is the other cover there. I am sure though, there was like copy here, like text, making this weird gap here a bit less pronounced. Although that is the baddie's face there, and we've got some of that on here. On this side, it's like glass or a mirror, and it is shattered. The baddie, he is called Butler Man, and you'll be seeing some of him later on. As I said though, this one is mostly about Holidays. Great splash page there. This is our face close-up, and you can see the team there reflected on the glass, because he has got like a dome over his head. Holidays, he is a baddie, he's the son of Armageddon. He has been brought onto the team against his will, kind of forced into it. He joined a few issues ago, I think, and they have got a common baddie at the minute, Butler Man, and this issue is about kind of breaking him in. The police have shown up with a tank. They want to arrest Holidays because he is a baddie, he's a wanted terrorist, and he's getting ready to kill them all. But Mimic jumps in and stops him. He uses Sightless Eye Blast to stop him from killing the police. So a fight breaks out between the team, and Holidays, he just twats Mimic dead far away. And Morph is ready for a fight, and they did a lot of like little visual stuff, like little bits of humour with Morph. He would transform into stuff in the background, or like here, he has made himself some brass knuckles for fighting Holidays. So they end up battling him, and this kept happening when Holidays was a member of the team. They always ended up either fighting him or telling him off, or they'd be fighting a baddie, and Holidays, he would rush in first and he would get beaten up and then not really be a concern for the rest of the team. Here though, they are fighting him, and Holidays is holding back. He's actually really powerful, but he is holding back because he wants to do something with the team. Because he has got a plan of how to find Butler Man and how to possibly beat him. And Sea Woman here, she actually describes Butler Man's powers well enough that I didn't have to. You speak of a creature who can apparently monitor all of space-time. How do you know he is not listening in right now? And then Holidays guns, Perhaps he is. Perhaps he will head off our every move. But that will not stop me from trying. And then Mimic comes back, and him and Saberclaw here, they end up arguing about who was in charge, about who was the leader of the team, and that was kind of their thing. I think it was meant to be a bit reminiscent of Cyclist and Wolfman in the early Christopher Clairvoyant Uncanny Excellent Men's, when they would always have back and forths like this. And obviously, these two characters are, in a way, analogues. Saberclaw of Wolfman and Mimic of Cyclist. So Blinky teleports them away, and they go into this abandoned underwater lab thing to get a book. They want this book because it has got like notes in it that can help them against Butler Man. And Sea Woman, she goes into the lab and she fights this monster, and there's the book there, and Butler Man shows up. And he tries to convince Sea Woman, he tries to manipulate her into, well, not helping the rest of the team, not going against them. And then when she goes topside, the Excellent Men have shown up. We've got Mr. Magnets and Sunman, and up here, Ed Gambits and the Flash. And we get fun little fights. Like here we have got Mimic and the Flash, and Mimic, he has got Northman speed powers, so he kind of races against the Flash. But he leads him straight into a rock and he gets knocked out. And down here, it's Holidays versus Mr. Magnets. And he really wants to kill Mr. Magnets because they are like hard enemies. On this one, we have got Sunman and Sea Woman. And he's trying to like boil the water that she's swimming in. And this might be, it might actually be like really subtle foreshadowing of what eventually happens with Sea Woman when the evil Superman boils her in water. Or it might just be a coincidence. Either way, Mimic saved Sea Woman, and there is the most beautiful woman in all of comics. I absolutely love her. So these fights continue on. Here we have got Morph, he's fighting Ed Gambits, and there's an example of some of that sort of like visual stuff they did with Morph. And Morph, he beats Ed Gambits by shape-shifting into the Flash and then catching him unawares. But the thing is, a few pages back, the Flash, straight away, he knocked out Blinky so that they couldn't teleport away. So Holidays, him and Mr. Magnets are getting ready to fight, and Sea Woman jumps in, she intervenes, and she smashes Mr. Magnets' helmet. And Holidays, he wants to kill Mr. Magnets now that he is down. But Sea Woman convinces Holidays that stopping Butler Man is far more important than his personal vendetta. She implores him to like show some self-control, and then Butler Man shows up and he tries to convince him to just ignore her and to kill Mr. Magnets. Holidays, though, surprisingly, he relents. He decides not to kill Mr. Magnets, and that stopping Butler Man is far more important. So now that they have gotten the notebook, Blinky teleports them away, leaving Mr. Magnets and Butler Man, and it's a little bit of humour again. Butler Man, he is like, "Oh, quiet you." Exiles was a really good book. Every time I do an issue of it, I'm reminded of that fact. It's sad that the concept was completely abandoned after they brought Christopher Clairvoyant onto it, who ran the book into the ground, and they brought it back last year and it was utter shite, already cancelled. Well, that is to be expected from modern Marvel, but like, this was a great idea. An Excellent Men team of like minor and D-list characters who travel across alternate realities, and these characters even Mimic, Morph, Blinky, Saberclaw, Beak, Sun Girl, even Holidays, they were great characters to read about. You know, I didn't have any aspirations to ever write a comic book. The only book I'd ever sincerely like to write is Captain America, which is never gonna happen. But I tell you what, I would fucking love the chance to write like these Exiles. It seems a bit like an easy book to write, really. And the fact that an angry militant bloke who hates white people, the fact that he can't do it, that's hilarious. I rate this 7 thumbs up.